How can we add vocal resonance? Residence.
Residue.
Residency.
Yeah, so once I start laughing, it's going to be hard to stop. But okay, vocal resonance. That's a big topic. We could talk about a lot of stuff. I'll give one quick exercise anybody could do. Okay.
Cool.
So a good way to think about adding a natural amplification to your voice, a natural resonance, where you're not pushing it, you're not pushing more air up and forcing it.
Yeah.
That's not good because that'll put the vocal cords in a vulnerable position, and that's when we can damage our voice, and we don't want to do that. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the way that we want to add resonance, that amplification, that power, that volume, is by tapping into the natural amplification within our skull. And the best way to do that is to tap into a little bit of the nasal resonance. Doesn't mean you're going to be nasally, but we're just tapping into nasal resonance.
Yeah.
Okay? And I've explained more of that in other videos, and I go deep in the chorus or one-on-one if people want to dive into that. But for now, we're just going to move right through that, and we're going to go to the exercise. So something that anybody could do right now is hum. You can place your fingers here and feel a buzz. Great. So place your fingers here, hum, and you should feel that buzz. Yeah? Yeah, okay. And then you want to open and close your mouth while you do it. You're going to feel really cool. So it's like you're chewing the hum. And you really want to feel the sound still resonating here, and you want to feel it here. So as you open the jaw, you do not want to feel the sound and feel the sound slip back in your throat as if it's in the back of your throat. And it's going to be a feeling.
Yeah.
It's not actually happening. It's going to be a feeling. You don't want to feel that. You want to feel like it's right up here. So let's do it again. Ready? Good.
That's great.
Once you get the hang of that, you can slide up and down. And the goal there is to feel that buzz evenly as you open and close your jaw with your lips sealed in that hum while sliding up and down your range. Okay, so you want to make sure that you can have that natural amplification all throughout your range.
Yeah.
And people might find at home that certain parts of their range, the sound feels like it slips back, or they lose that resonance, or they lose the free feeling. And that's okay. You know, we can work all this out. But it's just good to become aware of it. And the goal is to feel that even buzz all throughout the range.
You can kind of feel a little bit of a tingling sensation.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And so we can even do this together, and then we can even just release into speaking. So for example, yeah, so anyway, yeah. Now that might cut my, the mic might cut off my volume. But was that loud?
Very.
Did it sound forced?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It sounded very resonant.
Resonant, right? And authoritative.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want that in their speaking voice. Now, I don't want to be there all the time, or when we're just chatting like this. It'd be weird if the whole time I'm like, yeah, so anyway, right? But if we have to speak for a crowd, okay, I'm going to tap into that.
Yeah, that's great.
You see what I mean? And so it's like you have all these tools that you can do with your voice on demand when you learn them.
On speed dial.
And that's that natural amplification. And because I'm utilizing my natural amplification in the skull and in the nasal cavities, I can do that all day long.
Right.
Versus, yeah, so anyway, okay, now I'm tight and I'm pushing airflow up to try to increase my volume, which will increase my volume, but it's tense, it doesn't sound attractive, and it's putting my voice in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Versus consistent, even airflow. Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. But and it probably is capping on the mic. But live, that's very.
Very rich, very resonant.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, so what you're saying is the only way to really access it is to tap in. Is to tap into it, but to tap into it, you have to exercise to be able to
Yeah.
tap in, right?
You gotta tap in.
You gotta
You gotta
into it.
tap in. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to exercise it to create the habit where you can do it.
There, it's just you have to like build. You have to develop it.
I understand what you're saying. It's like it's always been there.
Yeah.
You just have to learn to access it. Yes. Your natural amplification has always been there, and I'm not saying you because you have it. We do these things and we teach people these things.
No,
I
right,
just
right,
mean
yeah.
in general,
Yeah.
like the natural amplification's there. We
I'm
just
just
have to
thinking
tap in.
for the person who's watching, they might be like, well, how do I access it? Because it's not just it's
Yeah.
not like you can just tap into it unless you
Yeah.
you have been working it, right? Like you need to be
and that's one
exercising.
exercise that you can try. There's so many other exercises that we could dive deeper on, and people know how to dive deeper if they would like to with
Yeah.
us. And then the last thing I'll say is that your natural amplification when it comes to singing and even speaking, that's just one part of it. And that's important, but that's why I love a structured approach, because it's like there's so much more to the voice than just high
Yeah.
notes, loudness.
Right.
Like we want to develop a holistic
Yeah.
voice and really
Right.
design everyone's ideal voice. That's the
Right.
goal. I want to design my ideal voice. You want to design your ideal voice. We want to help anybody else design their ideal voice and not just get them really good at one little thing.
Right.
It's important, but there's more to the voice than just volume and amplification.
Right. It's important to be well-rounded.
Well-rounded,
Is what you're saying.
yeah.
That's great.